Even if you grew up in a home full of estrogen, mama still want you to be the man of the house.
Lionel Nelson here, and welcome to A Father's Note, promoting fathers through building.
Go. How you doing, my
What's
brother?
up, man? Glad to be on here, man.
I'm glad to have you. Finally. So you ready for this?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right, let's do this then. Let's do this here. Okay, so we're going to get right into the question because we want to make sure that we give you plenty enough time. Okay, the first question I want to ask you, your mother was a guest on our show a while back, okay? And she shared her story as a single parent raising 4 children, 3 young women and 1 young man. And she did it on her own. What was that experience like growing up in a home dominated by estrogen and no male figure in the home? Because it's obvious your father was not there. What was that experience like?
Whew, man. I will say it throughout everything that went on, I wouldn't change anything actually. Just being in a home and being the only male in there, I see now things in me that are different from other peers and other friends of mine, that just even how we can even relate to different things that women go through, or some people haven't experienced certain things with a woman, and me being in a house, just like you said, full of estrogen, I've experienced the petty arguments with my sisters, them sometimes even, I don't want to say jumping on me, but I've experienced that as well. But I just want to talk about my sisters really quick because, so I have 3 sisters. Naomi, she's the oldest, Nehariah, and my younger sister, Noella. Naomi she was the caregiver. She was like one of my first caregivers other than my mother or my grandparents. Nehariah, she was like my first playmate before she got into her makeup and doing her hair, when puberty hit, when she finally became aware of herself. She was my first playmate. We would play video games. We would go outside and play together. She taught me how to do different things. And Noella, that was like, they used to always compare us because we were the 2 younger ones. That was like my twin, they would always say in reference.
Okay. But
aside from that, in the house, I recall a time when I was frustrated. I was frustrated at a very early age.
Right.
And I told my mom, I said, I don't want to be the only boy in the house. I'm tired of being the only boy in the house. I was just frustrated. And I remember her telling me and expressing that there's a reason why I was the only male in the house. There's a special reason. There's a special plan for me. I'm gonna have to step up and be a man, be the man of the house. And that seed that she sowed in me at an early age, it went on, and it definitely made a big impact in how I chose to conduct myself throughout the rest of my childhood growing up with them.
So let me ask a question here. I have 2 questions I want to ask you. So how old were you when you heard the phrase that you are a man? At what age?
I couldn't have been any older than 6 years old, maybe.
So since the age of 6, she has always, would you say she has always referred to you as the man of the house? Yes, or as a man?
Yes, sir.
In hearing that, what effect did even that word or that phrase have on you?
Well, first there was a sense of not confusion, but me being unsure because I hadn't seen that. I didn't see how that person should operate at first. So me being a man of the house, I took it. It was a big deal, but I was also confused, and so.
Okay.
But along with that, my mother also, she promoted things that the man of the house would do. I remember one of the biggest things for me was taking out that trash, making sure that trash goes out before the trash truck comes in the morning.
Right. And as she gave you the responsibility,
exactly,
what a man would do in a home, when they are the man of the house, what those responsibilities would be. That's what she gave you.
Correct.
So let's go back to your sisters. Okay, and you said that, I guess you mentioned that you learned certain things from them that you see in your other peers that they was exposed to. What did you learn from living with not only your mother, but 3 young women? Well, what did you learn from them? Let me ask it this way. What would you say the one significant thing that your sister taught you about a woman, you being a man? What would you feel that they stressed the most, that they wanted to make sure that their brother understood about a woman?
Well, I'll also say the way they taught it to me, they didn't technically teach me, but me growing up around them,
okay,
I was able to I took notes and was able to kind of groom myself, and also just the natural way of how I interact with women.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine. I've even noticed growing up, some friends and peers, they'll sometimes feel uneasy, sometimes, and always pressured to go at women a certain way, even if they just wanted to be friends with the woman at first. They didn't know how to even do that. Whereas me, I've naturally been around that. There was a different approach to that. It didn't take much.
Okay. So I guess there are times you had to school some of your other peers as to how to approach a young lady, huh?
And I wouldn't even school them really.
So then what would you do if you see them going array from what is normal? That's different from what you would do. What would you do? What would that be?
Honestly, I would laugh and they would tease me because I wouldn't perform how they would actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.